The polarities are alive and well in me. I always am reminded of something. This was like 1993, maybe. Deepak Chopra said, "A man born blind will never know the meaning of true darkness." My name is Marcell Hansen, and you're listening to Small Habits, Big Changes. Let's dive in. So, in order to, I think it's self-explanatory, but for those of you that are scratching your head, in order to experience one end of, let's say, the spectrum, I think of it as polarities, like literally polar opposites. In order to experience extreme pain and loss and hardship, you had to have experienced an equivalent of a high of love or euphoria, not necessarily in the same context, but in this lifetime. And the polarities that strike me today are patience and urgency. And they both always tug at each other, pull each other back and forth in my life anyway. I am patient in most things, yet I do operate with a sense of urgency for my life's mission or my legacy to leave in the next 100 years. I know that's a finite amount of time. And maybe in that amount of time, we will extend our capabilities to live indefinitely. However, on that chance that we don't, I if I see myself or feel myself acting with a sense of urgency that of the importance of the things that I do. And that's probably, it is fairly easy to do for me because I've eliminated a lot of the superfluous things in my life that really don't bring me great joy or depth of meaning. So it's easy for me to focus on my priorities, on my mission, on my legacy, and be really patient because that is a generational focus, leaving a legacy for generations to come. Yet at the same time, so I'm very patient knowing that is built day after day, hour after hour, action after action, year after year, but also urgent in that's not an infinite amount of time. So there is an urgency to move towards that North Star. Even if I never arrive at that North Star, being in alignment with it and moving with a trajectory towards it with that in mind is enough. And I read something came through a feed yesterday. I think it was from my sisters on Facebook. And it said about wishing someone enough. And it stuck with me. Wishing someone enough, I think, is from somebody who recognizes in their wisdom that wishing someone a great abundance very likely includes the experience of great disparity. Wishing someone much love comes with a good dose of pain and a good dose of aloofness or whatever antonym you want to use there. I think it's important to acknowledge the polarities because everything is relative. Everything is relative. A man who's never, ever, a man or woman who's never ever seen light will not experience darkness. They just don't know the difference. I'm reminded of, I was a sign language interpreter for years, and I'm a sign language interpreter by trade. And one of my only dear deaf friend actually, once said to me like that I don't feel like I am disabled. I have different abilities, but I would never want to be hearing. And when I've shared that with someone who was hearing, they were like mortified. But the truth is, if you've never heard sounds, you don't experience silence in the same way. And I think just acknowledging within yourself, for me anyway, that those polarities are what drive us. They are what make things. They are what make things relative. They give relativity. Often what someone will say, I bump into this a couple times a month, where someone will go, "Oh, it's so expensive." And I say, "How much is it?" And they say a number that I don't think is expensive to me. And of course, context is everything there, where someone may pay, I don't know, $17 for an item that they need but can live without. They might think that's expensive, while someone who needs that item would pay $100 for it and think that it's not expensive. And I think if we remember this relativity and we remember the polarities in existence and we remember on a regular basis, like daily, that everything is contextual, a lot more makes sense when you're not comparing yourself to other people's perspective or other people's point of view because they don't have the same values as you do. They don't put the same value on a particular item or a particular relationship or a particular what have you. And so, really, I always find it interesting when people lean towards someone else's opinions, wants, desires, views, limitations, because we are so very unique. We're all a special little snowflakes and have our own unique perspective and our own values and constitution. And what we deem as valuable is different than the Joneses next door. I know that's a little bit jumped a little around today. I feel like I want to keep it short and sweet because honestly, the polarities are of so much value if you just think about them: light and dark, patience and urgency. These are ones that come up for me, and I just want to share that. And I hope that it's insightful for you or that it gives you pause. And if you know of anyone who also may like a message similar to today's, then definitely share this with them. You can join our wellness community, which is by text, and you can share your story there with me and also send inquiries or wins. And I'd be happy to point you in the direction of some resources that suit you individually. Because again, everything is contextual. That's why I don't have any promotions per se on any of my channels. And I'm not a big proponent of endorsements or sponsorships unless it's Adidas. I'm available Adidas. There's a couple that I really like. And if I used their products or if I enjoyed their brand, then I would sport them and certainly do all I could to give you the opportunity to have the same kind of swag, but I don't really. So there you have it. Everyone has their own journey they're going on. Everyone has different values that highly influence how they move through the day, what they deem as important, what is their triad, their top 3 priorities. These are things that only you can choose for yourself. And you have to live with yourself at the end of the day, at the end of your life, when you're 100 years old, ripe and ready to go and transition to the next realm. You don't want any regrets. So think about it now and take action, because there really is some magic in working the polarities, in being patient, but having urgency in your action and seeking opportunity. I was thinking this the other day, and there is opportunity everywhere if you just look. And if you're not willing to look and let it find you, then you know what? In where we live in North America, you just create it. You can create your own opportunity, but you got to know where you're going. You have to have a big reason, a why, as Tony would say. Got to have your why in check. Know why it is, what it is that's driving you, and then drive. Go. Don't think. It's not about perfection. It's about execution and the person that you become along that journey. Every single day, you're hydrating, you're moving your body, you're eating well, and you're focusing on your sleep and nighttime routine. These things are invaluable. And if you did them, you'd know why to the degree that I know, which is they create a structure that allows you to really be open to more opportunities and be aware when they cross your path, when they come into your sphere, if you will. Having this structure and this first priority of caring for yourself allows you to care and give to your community, to your family, to your, you name it, organization that you like to support. I don't think I need to say anything else. I welcome your questions. If you have any insights and there's an ability to leave a comment below, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Otherwise, you can send us a message. The text line is free for anyone who can text in the United States. The number is 206-483-2960. Again, 206-483-2960. You can text the word yes and join our growing wellness community. We've got tons of resources there. But again, it's an opportunity that if you're looking for it, here it is. It's not going to get any closer to you. I can't come and knock on your door and sign you up. You have to take advantage of what's in front of you and then execute. All right. Short and sweet. Again, thank you so much for your time and for listening. If you do have a friend or a loved one who you think will find benefit in listening to me ramble, then please have them subscribe. You can hit the notification button on the YouTube, and then you'll get a notification each and every week when we drop new episodes, as well as the shorts that drop as well. Until next time, be patient, act with urgency, and be awesome. Thank you so much for listening today. If you feel any part of this episode resonated with you, then please consider sharing it with a friend who may also find value in it. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And before you go, did you know we have a fantastic free text community? If you want more bite-sized health hacks and reminders delivered directly to your phone, absolutely free, then text keyword YES to 206-483-2960. Again, that's keyword YES to 206-483-2960. And we'll see you on the inside.